All right, welcome back. We are back here in the kitchen with Chef Kev as he's making smothered chicken and gravy. But first I want to say, you know, it's not just the lessons we learn here in the kitchen. I take it home. Chef Kev has taught me many different things, and I made the biscuits that you actually gave us again this morning. My daughters were like, Mom, can we get more biscuits? And I was like, dang, I only made one for everybody. I know. If I can get my kids to eat something, it's a win.
Crazy. That was just a throw together recipe at the last
minute. Good.
Last week.
So good. So I can't wait to see what we got now here in the kitchen, because I've been hearing Leah. She's like, what? Smothered chicken and gravy?
Well, here's what we did. I took chicken thighs, bone in.
Oh, bone in. Okay.
Seasoned with some Creole seasoning last night. Put them in the fridge.
Okay.
This morning, had a little oil in the pan. I dusted them in flour. Now, in my flour, I had smoked paprika, Creole seasoning, a little sea salt, garlic, and onion powder.
Okay.
Dusted them, browned them off really good, put them on a rack, then went in the pan with onions. Sauteed those onions, went in with some fresh thyme, rosemary, dill. The reason I use those, because that's what I had at home, gang.
There you go.
So use whatever herbs you have at home to put in it. So we put those fresh herbs in, some garlic. Then I hit it with the flour. I took out some of the flour that I had seasoned, put that in, sauteed that off with our onions, got in some chicken stock, put in a little bit of milk, and that's where we are at this point.
Okay, I know you're feeding a lot of people, but I feel like I need a pot like this. I don't know if I have one this big.
Well, you know, here's the thing about this.
But I like the way you're able to work here.
What's nice with this recipe is the fact that we cook the chicken to brown it off first, and it's not gonna keep that crispy skin because we're putting it down in this gravy. But we need the chicken to cook all the way through, because when we brown it off first off to just get browned off.
It's just that outside.
It's just the outside.
Yeah, and you don't want to serve raw chicken to anybody. That would be the worst. You think the meal's done, you go to cut it, oof. You
know, they've had some folks, you know, looking in the pot like, is it ready yet? No, the chicken has to cook.
Who?
I am not gonna serve you.
Who's coming over here?
Olivia.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if everybody at home heard Leah yell out who that is.
But anyway, we got to smother this down to get that chicken cooked. But here's the other trick right here in this pot here.
What we got going on?
Rice.
Yum. Okay.
But I cooked my rice in chicken stock.
Of course you did. More flavor.
Always cook it in stock, because this way you have flavor coming from underneath as well as on top. That's why you always want to use a lot of flavor.
Okay.
And with this, we're going to finish this off with a little parsley, with a little green onion. Basically, you leave your gravy fairly thick, because remember, as that chicken cooks and the lid is on, you can also go ahead and it's going to get a little bit of juice coming out of that chicken to help thin that gravy some. But you can always add a little more stock or a little more milk to it to smooth it out. And then if you want, if you're making a lot like we are, if you're not going to stand here to watch it, you could put this in the oven.
Okay.
And finish it in the oven. That way you don't have to worry about it scorching.
Ooh, I like those options too. Okay, and it's funny because you have rice today, and that's another thing you helped me with.
Well, you know, I was trying to decide whether I want to do this. We're doing it with rice because we eat so much rice. But have you ever cooked couscous?
Yes,
which is a grain.
Couscous.
You could serve this over
and salmon.
couscous. The other thing I like.
I didn't think about that.
Wait, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? If you want to jump in the pool to the deep end, make some cheesy grits. Some really thick, creamy, cheesy grits.
You might need to teach me.
And you put that chicken and gravy on top of them grits, baby. Look, Leah's over on the sofa moaning, y'all.
I think Leah is, yeah, she's ready to try this. Okay, maybe that'll have to be something you do next, because I don't know that I've ever made grits. I could do it. You can Google anything, but I like when you show me. Yeah, I don't think I've ever made grits.
One of the things I like about grits, I do stone ground grits, but I like to do them low and slow.
Okay.
So they get super creamy.
Okay.
Super creamy.
All right.
Yeah. And you know who else told me? You know who told me they make killer grits?
Who?
And I'm waiting to find out? Ivan Neville.
Oh.
Ivan is a hell of a musician, but Ivan says, I haven't had grits till I had his grits. So Ivan, I'm waiting.
Well, maybe we need Ivan and you to come do a duo set.
Do a grit?
Yeah, next week or something.
I'll play the keyboards and sing, and he'll cook the grits.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I like it. All right, I'm very excited for this. We're gonna have to guard it, apparently, because, you know, people coming in early. You can find all of Chef Kev's recipes on our website, www.tv.com. You can also find them on our Roku channel. And we'll be back in the kitchen one last time so you can see a little bit more of this completed meal. Thanks, Chef Kev.